I'm Claudia Catania, and you're listening to Playing on Air. Our next play is Bite the Hand by Ara Watson and features Chris Cooper, Margo Martindale, and Liv Rooth. It is 1947. We are in a small town somewhere between St. Louis, Missouri, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. We see Reba, a woman in her 40s, painting her toenails, dressed in an old kimono. A younger woman in her 20s enters all dressed up in a suit and heels.
Dressed kind of early, aren't you?
No.
Get all wrinkled in this heat.
They'll fall out.
Too hot to wear a girdle longer than you have to.
I'm not wearing one.
You can't go parading around St. Louis without a girdle on, April.
There's no law, Reba.
Get dirty sitting on that rail.
No, I won't. You got anyone coming?
They all do.
Coming over.
After supper. You like this color I'm painting my toenails?
I oughta. It's mine.
You think the least he could do is drive over and pick
It'd be a 4-hour trip here and back.
Getting off to a bad start.
Well, I'm getting off to a start. Anyway.
I wouldn't call putting myself under some man's thumb a start.
It's better than being under their whole damn body all the time.
Oh, you ain't getting out from under that.
Look, Reba, you know there are lots of people in this world who happen to think marriage is the okay deal.
Yeah, men people.
Well, all I have to do is keep him satisfied, darling, and I'm not going to have to worry about the rent no more, or the groceries, or the light bill.
I'd be rather paid in cash for my sweet time. Pay my own bills.
Yeah, and who had to borrow money from me last week? And even when they all do show up, just how much of your sweet time does it take? I'll only have to do it once a day.
Late at night, so he can sleep better.
5 minutes of my time.
5?
I'm an expert.
And he likes that? That don't bother him?
What?
You being an expert.
He don't care. He just wants to take care of me. I just mentioned I might get a job, a regular job, and he said, no, sir, absolutely not. No wife of mine's gonna get old working. I'm gonna take care of everything you need.
You're sitting in the catbird seat, ain't you? On Easy Street.
Look, I'm not gonna he'll get what he's
paid for.
Yeah, and so will I.
Heard Joe Turner say that Frank Mercer said they'd be hiring out at the factory this fall.
Bull crap.
Thought I'd run out there tomorrow and see.
Reba, they haven't even hired back all their mighty returning war heroes yet. They got a long way to go before they get around to bringing any of us back.
Plant's expanding.
Well, I hope it busts a gut. Either way, I'm tired of waiting. Frank?
Frank? Speak of the devil.
What are you doing here anyway?
You told him?
Well, come on out from behind that screen door, sugar. It looks like you got a dead fly on your nose. Oh, darling, come on out. Now, I'm not mad at you. I just wasn't expecting you today. Last Wednesday, you said you was... Oh, sweetie, you don't look so good.
You all right, Frank?
Frank?
Fine. I'm fine.
Oh, you're as pale as anything. Come on. And clammy, my God, come feel Reba.
Are you feeling sick, Frank?
No, I'm
been pretty hot today.
You just keep right on moving toward that chair. Sit down for a minute. You'll be all right. Here we go. Now you ease on down there. There you go, Dumpling. How's that?
Oh, fine. That's fine.
You want me to call a doctor
You'll
or...
be all right.
No.
Or your wife? We could say you's just driving by. You could meet her down...
No.
I was feeling just like this myself yesterday. It'll pass in a few minutes.
What's today? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday, April?
Of course it's Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. I know that. Yeah, you weren't waiting for me.
No, because you said last week you wouldn't be here this Wednesday because you were...
That's right. Hey, did I?
What?
No, I left it. I thought, but I left that in the car. I didn't have it in my hand. I wish I could...
Is there something you need?
What?
You left something in the car?
I left it in the car.
I think we got that part, Frank. What did you leave in the car?
The cake.
You picked up the cake already? We ought to leave it in the car a day like today.
It's a ice cream cake.
You left an ice cream cake in the... Frank, well, you better get on home before...
He looks like he needs to sit a minute, April.
I didn't mean this very minute, Reba. I just meant pretty soon. The man don't want his cake to melt. You want one of us to run down and bring it up before...
No, it's too late.
Well, it's your money. You're going to have to buy her another one, that's all.
And some new seat covers.
I just expected you to be there, and then I couldn't. I feel a little lightheaded here.
Well, climbing all them stairs in this heat, probably. I'm gonna get you a drink, Frank. That'll fix you up.
Frank never touches...
About that much in a glass?
I'll bring the bottle. Why don't you take your hat off? Let your head breathe. Be right back.
Thank you, Reba.
Maybe you ought to put your head down between your knees.
I just want to get it all clear. Get it clear in my mind. Now, I left work and picked up the cake and I drove up the back so... Then you weren't in your room, and I knocked, and I opened the door, and I raised my...
You looked in my room?
What?
You opened my door?
Your door?
Now stop it, Frank. You're acting like somebody kicked you in the head. Did you go into my room?
Yes, I opened your door.
Oh.
I was standing outside it, and I knew exactly where I was. Then I opened it, and then I didn't anymore.
Now,
I could see myself standing there. But there were these 2 suitcases on the bed, a couple of boxes on the floor.
oh, Frank.
Whole room was just packed up.
Well, it's not that big a thing, really.
I feel like I'm in a movie, April. That's what it feels like it's not real.
Oh, now, Dumpling.
Then opening that door, I opened it, and my whole world changed.
Now, Frank, don't exaggerate this. We had a thing, but things like this, and you find somebody else. Maybe your wife. It's just a surprise if it got to you, that's all. But I would have let you know. I would have sent you a note or something. No, I would have left a letter here with Reba for you. That's definitely what I would have done.
A letter?
Well, how else was I going to let you know? I couldn't call you anywhere, and I didn't think you was coming by till next week. You do that to me all the time. I mean, I know today is special, and you told me in advance. I don't have any problems with you not coming over today. I'm all for you surprising your wife, okay? But sometimes you just don't show up when I am expecting you, and I keep your time open. I wait for you, and it makes it real hard to plan I know that's not your problem, but Oh, Frankie, baby, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have had you find out like that for the world. Don't look so... Believe me, if I'd have thought...
Here we go.
Oh.
Reba, he looked in my room.
So?
It's all packed up in there. He's upset.
You didn't tell him, did you?
You don't give a... whether I told him or not.
All right, Frank, that's all I got. Straight? Is that what the cause is? Looking in her room, that upset you a little?
Did I just say that, or what?
Here.
Thank you.
That wasn't a very pleasant way of finding out, was it?
I was gonna...
She won't be that far away, though.
I should have known. Why didn't I?
Well, she only just decided today. Or whenever she said, didn't you, April?
Oh, real recent anyway.
And yeah, she only told me right before you came in. And I'm her best girlfriend, so don't take it personal. You're looking better. Got some color back in your cheeks. We won't have to call the undertaker after all.
I don't like feeling dizzy.
You don't? Most fun I have some days. You're going to spill your drink.
My hand is shaking.
I see that.
Hey, look, I got a little time if you want. I only got a half hour, so...
No.
Yeah, use both hands, honey.
Well, if you're sure.
I want this.
Whoa, whoa! Take it easy there, partner.
Too hot today, anyway.
Oh, yeah. Much hotter than this time last year.
Muggy.
Give me winter any day.
So you're just taking off?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I thought I would.
Why?
Oh, reasons. You know, if you're feeling better, you probably ought to
Where
just...
are you going to, April?
Nowhere? Tulsa, maybe.
Tulsa.
Tulsa.
Maybe. St. Louis.
St. Louis? Why, honeymoon in St. Louis. When are you coming back?
Well, I hadn't really... Look, you're not feeling up to this right now, so I'll write you the whole story.
I just thought you would have talked it over with me first.
Talked it? Well, I mean, why? I mean, we never have.
You just should have asked me before.
Wait,
you were...
I don't understand.
She wants to get out of town because she feels like she's an embarrassment to her folks. And none of them will talk to her on the street except her brother. So she wants to get out and start over, and that's what she's doing.
Just leave my family out of this, Reba.
So you're setting up shop in St. Louis?
No, Frank. I'm getting married, if you want to know.
I shot my wife. I just shot my wife.
What?
I did. I killed her.
Frank,
What?
you didn't either.
Just now. I just come from doing it.
You're joking.
Are you?
He is.
Frank?
No,
And it's not funny, Frank.
Oh, my God.
I wasn't gonna tell anyone.
You did? You shot her?
I don't believe.
Why?
I had to.
Reba, he's just saying it.
Where?
In the neck
Oh, where is... You're telling the truth here? You're not...
with this.
Oh, God! A gun! April gun. You can just put that back in your pocket. Frank, no, need to... Good. Where is she, Frank?
At my house, in my bedroom.
It was an accident. Was it an accident?
And I guess I drove over here.
Did you call anybody?
No.
He means it.
She might still be... We better get someone over.
No, it's too late. I mean, they're dead.
It's her birthday.
What? They?
They.
Yeah, both of them.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Who's they?
Her and Dennis Jones.
Dennis.
Dennis Jones? What
Dennis.
in the name of God?
Then
have
I
you-
come over here and it's the same damn thing. You're running out on me too. Not a single one of you worth a red cent, all of you. Every damn one of you. You ought to be shot. Yeah, I'll show you.
No,
Oh, Lord, no. Frank, don't.
It's a pearl choker. She'd been asking for it. I gave her a new washer for Christmas, but she wanted something more personal for April. You want it?
No.
Jesus.
Dennis was a friend of my big brother's. He used to come over to our house all the time.
Frank, maybe you ought to give me that gun.
I'll keep it.
Sure, if you want to.
Why?
Maybe Frank shouldn't talk about it right now.
Whatever possessed you?
Really, April, I think the best thing is to just let old Frank stay, stay calm here.
How can I?
I don't think we want to get him upset, do we, right now? And telling the why might...
I took off from the parking lot at work and my tires squealed. I'd never squeal my tires. And then the cake wasn't ready and I had to wait. But then the cake was ready and I drove up the back so she wouldn't know I was... When I saw it, I said, "What's Dennis Jones' car doing parked behind my house?" That was a real dumb question, wasn't it? What's Dennis? I mean, there's only one reason a man visits another man's wife in the middle of the afternoon. And I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe. Then this yellow dog came up and peed on my tire, and I was walking up the stairs to the bedroom, and I I was carrying the cake in my hand. No, I thought it was the cake. And I opened the door, about halfway is all, and I raised the cake. And I shot him. Except it wasn't the cake, it was the gun. I shot him in the back of the head first, then he rolled off, and I shot her in the neck.
Oh, my God.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Don't. We need to stay in control here.
And then I got in my car, and I was here. You want to hear something funny? When I was opening your door, April, I thought I was back there at my house. I was right back there.
And I guess if I'd been in my room, you would have shot me too.
Somebody probably heard those shots, Frank.
Well, I hope they hang you by your...
April, his hand's in his pocket.
They're gonna throw your ass in the can,
Where
Mr.
his
Mercer.
gun is, April.
Yeah, that's what I should have expected. Ain't you gonna try and save me, April?
What?
Well, what if I said I was over here all afternoon?
What?
Well, wouldn't you back me up?
Sure.
No, I'm not gonna lie for him.
Lie to him.
You wouldn't be willing to do that for me, April?
No, Frank, no.
Sweet Jesus.
Just proves the point, don't it? Surely does prove the point.
Now, Frank, it wouldn't do any good what she said. You know they'd find out. They always find out. They always solve the crime.
I'm not getting involved in this.
They got powder burns and angles. They may even be looking for you right this minute.
My Dad, if he said it once, he said it 1,000 times. You don't ever count on him. You can't count on him. He said, don't trust a woman as far as you can throw her, but throw her anyway.
Jesus, I can't even believe this.
I should have listened.
The best thing for you to do is to tell them.
They bite the
sheriff
hand
before...
that feeds them every time.
Bite the...
Every time.
You just murdered your...
April,
No, I didn't. I don't want you to call it that. It was like a instinct kind of thing. Just my animal nature took over. But there were no thoughts. Now, that's the difference. I didn't think about it.
And I wouldn't start now. What you need to
I
do
just
is...
opened the door and I raised that cake and I squeezed the trigger. And...
Stop! I don't want to hear it again.
Don't yell at him.
I want him to go now. I want you to leave, Frank. Now.
Would you let me handle
Well,
this thing?
why? I give her everything she ever wanted. She never had to work a day in her life. They take and never...
Sure is a rotten shame, Frank.
Let go of me, Reba.
You're all sisters under the skin. You're all sisters under the skin, aren't you?
And what if we are? What's so...
See, Frank, you don't want the sheriff to find you over here, do you? It wouldn't look...
Yeah, and someone ought to take every one of you.
And what?
You could call from down...
Stop being nasty.
April, Frank has just come through a terrible ordeal.
What about his wife?
She didn't come through it.
He's not shooting me.
He could.
Yeah, I might, too. If I had any bullets...
Like hell you would.
You don't have...
It's taken me this whole time. 2 years almost? But I was just beginning to think I could have maybe started to like you someday.
Frank, could I see that gun, cake, whatever?
I was just starting to think maybe it wasn't all your fault.
I'll give it right back.
You was only doing your job, laying us all off. You wasn't responsible. It was the end of the war. What else could you do?
Can I?
Sure.
But in 1 week's time, you was knocking on my door. Hi, April, honey. Here you got yourself a new line of work. I had some real hard feelings about you, Frank.
Damn her all to hell anyway.
And it made me feel real creepy those first times, but I got over it because I had to.
What'd I ever do to deserve...
But I wish I hadn't. God, it makes my skin crawl to think you ever... Oh, I don't like people who kill people.
Oh, jeez. Empty. You sure had me going there, Frank. I was thinking you might have a bullet in there for us.
I hope they put you so far in a hole you
Boy,
never...
oh boy, I hate feeling scared. Makes my feet go cold.
I'm gonna start me a club.
You do that. In jail.
I'm not going to jail. They won't put me in jail.
Oh, you think they're going to take you to the Waldorf? Give you a medal?
Ooh-wee.
No jury's ever going to send me to jail for doing what I did. No! No jury in the world. Man has a right to...
Go home, Frank.
What?
Go. You gotta face it. Here's your hat. You got your bearing now? You over being dizzy?
I'll go when I'm...
I'd tell the sheriff if I was you that after I did it, I kind of blanked out, drove around till I came to my senses.
Don't you push me,
That's
Reba.
the truth of it anyway. I would not mention being over here. Just complicate matters.
The law will be on my side.
Let him be on your side. At your house.
I want you to know, April. I want you to know you weren't near as good in bed as she was either. She was a real woman.
Frank, now see? Now, I can understand you've got a lot of different feelings going on here, but you've got to understand that so do I. And one of my strongest feelings is the urge to, along with my friend April here, pick your lord ass right up and toss it right off this balcony.
You better just...
You scared the pea-wadding out of me. Ruined April's wedding day. Killed two semi-innocent people. And it would give me a world of personal satisfaction to see you flying through the air. But for the moment, I'm going to restrain myself, Frank. And you best take advantage of that moment, that brief moment, to make your escape.
I can't go back over there, Reba.
Go to the sheriff's office.
Yeah. Yes, that's the best thing. I'll go tell Ben myself. That's the... Hey, where's my...
Just cleaning it off for you, honey. Here you go. You take it. That's right.
Thank you, Reba. I didn't mean to, April. Why'd she Why'd she want to do that to me for?
Why'd she?
I really wish I hadn't have done it. I'll see ya.
That son of a...
You know, if there'd been any bullets in that gun, you could have
Well, there wasn't.
Well, there could have been.
I wish to God I'd taken that morning bus. I hope they put him so far.
Don't count on it.
Yes, they will. They have to. It's the law.
Jim Reese shot his wife in his front yard in front of witnesses in broad daylight 3 times. He didn't even spend one night in jail.
That was 15 years ago, Reba.
It's recent history, April. You know her? Frank's wife?
No.
I liked her better when she was a brunette. But she was nice enough.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. You got your bus to catch.
Oh, yeah.
You got your groom waiting. Better walk you down.
I just meant I want to get out of here, Reba. For right now.
You're real lucky having someone who's going to take care of you like that. Lucky girl.
You think they'll want me for a witness?
They'll keep it as simple as possible.
I don't think I'm really up for a bus ride tonight, Reba.
No?
I'm just a little, I'm shaky.
Oh?
I wouldn't want to get hysterical in front of strangers on a bus.
You could go tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus, Mary, Mother of God.
Oh, my Lord. He looks just like Frank, too.
No!
Yes, he does.
Well, that's reason enough right there.
You're right. Oh, is that his car?
On his way to redemption. Let's get out of here. Let's go someplace.
You got someone coming.
He can come without me. Let's go swimming, April. We'll go make a phone call to St. Louis and go swimming, go eat at the diner.
Go to the movies.
Go to the movies. And tomorrow, if my mama said it once, she said it 1,000,000 times. Sister, just always make sure you buy yourself a round-trip ticket.
Right, Reba. Right.
Or else just don't buy one at all.
That was Bite the Hand by Ara Watson, directed by Doug Hughes, featuring Liv Rooth as April, Margo Martindale as Reba, and Chris Cooper as Frank. We have with us here a wonderful group of artists, not only Ara Watson, the author of Bite the Hand, but Liv Rooth, who played April, Margo Martindale, Reba, and Chris Cooper, who played Frank. Welcome all.
Thank you.
It's really great to have you here. What part of the country are you all from? Ara, where are you from?
I was born in Arkansas and grew up in Oklahoma.
You, Chris?
Primarily grew up in Kansas City, Missouri.
And you, Margo?
Grew up in East Texas.
And I'm from New Orleans.
Live from New Orleans. So all sort of southern-ish?
I would say Southern.
Right.
I would even say that for Missouri.
Ara, do Arkansas and Oklahoma play a role in your writing?
Yeah, sure. Those are the voices you hear, the rhythms you hear, the world you knew. I, grew up in small towns until I moved to Tulsa. So these world and these peoples, and some of this story has basis in fact stories. I've heard stories of men killing their wives in broad daylight and not going to jail in Mississippi and Louisiana and Arkansas. When Reba says recent history, it is recent history. Even now, this story is our recent history. I don't think women can ever just assume that we're going to keep everything, our rights.
We kind of placed this inside or around St. Louis, and if you're familiar with the middle of the state, which is the Ozarks, they got their own kind of law, too.
Yeah.
Even today?
Yeah. You can still get lost up there.
I like the Ozarks in that Eureka Falls, Arkansas.
Yeah,
Ooh,
beautiful.
But kind of scary.
Chris and I were talking about that last night. In fact, there are certain roads that you don't want to go down because they don't want you to come down on them. It could be dangerous.
Ara, did World War II give women a notion of living in this world without a man that is part of this play?
Absolutely. When the men came home, women were put back into their homes, and most of them didn't stay very long. They found their way back into the workplace, but certainly they'd been self-sufficient and living their own lives, and then that was kind of
Do you think
taken
that
out.
taste of freedom had a lasting effect, or did it just get lost?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the 60s.
Yes.
What draws you to telling these stories through playwriting as opposed to screenplays, novels, what have you?
Well, I grew up wanting to be an actress, and so I kind of knew plays and when people should come on and when they should go off, the kind of rhythm of a play. It seemed like the natural thing for me to do.
Do you like playing on radio, Margo, Chris, Liv?
It's wonderful being in the room with really good actors, with a really good play and great directors. It's a really unique opportunity.
I think I'll wait until I hear the finished product.
The only problem I have is that my voice is so low that you really almost need to see me. And sometimes that doesn't help to see that.
I think this is such a cool idea because I remember I was telling Ara last night that I listened to some pieces that are, Edward Albee pieces, one acts, in the early 70s. I used to take that album up to my attic. It was Zeus Story, and put the headphones on, and I was transported in that. It was fabulous experience to hear good radio actors, and it'll send you somewhere else. It's wonderful.
Well, I remember being 18 or 17 or 16 in Texas and listening to records of plays. I mean, which was the only way that I really knew how to hear Shakespeare sometimes. And it really helped me.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm older than all of you, so I remember growing up as a little
With
kid
radio.
with radio.
Yeah.
And Sunday night, the family gathered around the radio in the dark and listened to The Shadow Knows. You know, they were just thrilling.
Like that.
Your imagination, where you can go in your imagination, is far greater than what you can do even in film.
Long live radio. And thank you all. It's a wonderful honor to have you.
Thank you.
so much fun.
Thank you.
Margo Martindale, Chris Cooper, Ara Watson, and Liv Rooth. Thanks. You've been listening to Playing on Air, featuring great American short plays with great American actors. Original music by Tom Cochan, recording and sound design by John Kilgore. I'm Claudia Catania, series producer.